I'll sing you a song of a row in the town. When the green flag went up and the crown rag came down, 'twas the neatest and sweetest thing ever you saw. When we played the best game played in Erin Garryowen. God rest gallant Pierce and his comrades who died. Tom Clark, McDermott, McDonagh, McBride. And here's to James Connolly who gave one hurrah. And he placed the machine guns for Erin Garryowen. Well, one of our leaders was down at Ringsend for the honour of Ireland to hold and defend. He had no veteran soldiers but volunteers raw, playing sweet Mozart music for Erin Garryowen. Old Kent and his comrades like lions at bay. From the South Dublin Union poured death and dismay. But what was their wrath when the Englishmen saw all the dead Carkey soldiers in Erin Garryowen. Oh, a brave English captain was raving that day. He says, give me 1 hour and I'll blow you away. But a big Mozart bullet got stuck in his jaw, and he died of lead poisoning in Erin Garryowen. All glory to Dublin, to the halls of renown. In the long generations her fame won't live down, and children will tell how their forefathers saw the red blaze of freedom o'er Erin Garryowen.
Armoured cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man will stand behind the men behind the wire. Through the little streets of Belfast in the dark of early morn, British soldiers came marauding, wrecking little homes with scorn, heedless of the crying children, dragging fathers from their beds, beating sons while helpless mothers watched the blood pour from their heads. Armoured cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man will stand behind the men behind the wire. Not for them a judge and jury, nor indeed a crime at all. Being Irish means they're guilty, so we're guilty one and all. Round the world the truth will echo, Cromwell's men are here again. England's name again is solid in the eyes of honest men. Armoured cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man will stand behind the men behind the wire. Proudly march behind our banner, firmly stand behind our men. We will have them free to help us build a nation once again. On the people step together, proudly, firmly on your way. Never fear and never falter, till our boys come home to stay. Armoured cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man will stand behind the men behind the wire. Armoured cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man will stand behind the men behind the wire. Oh, Father, why are you so sad on this bright Easter morn? When Irishmen are proud and glad of the land where they were born. Oh, son, I see in memory's view a far-off distant day, when being just a boy like you, I joined the IRA. Where are the lads who stood with me when history was made? Oh, Bragh, I long to see the boys of the old brigade. From hill and farm the call to arms was heard by one and all, and from the glen came brave young men to answer Ireland's call. It was long ago we faced the foe, the old brigade and me, and by my side they fought and died that Ireland might be free. Where are the lads who stood with me when history was made? Oh, Raparee, I long to see the boys of the old brigade. And now, my son, I've told you why on Easter morn I sigh, for I recall my comrades all from dark old days gone by. I think a man who fought in Glen with a rifle and grenade, may heaven keep the men who sleep from the ranks of the old brigade. Where are the lads who stood with me when history was made? Oh, Raparee, I long to see the boys of the old brigade. Where are the lads who stood with me when history was made? Oh, Raparee, I long to see the boys of the old brigade.
Was on a dreary New Year's Day as the shades of night came down, a lorry load of volunteers approached the border town. There were men from Dublin and from Cork, Fermanagh and Tyrone, but the leader was a Limerick man, Johnston from Garryowen. And as he moved along the street up to the barracks door, well, they scorned the danger they might meet, or the fate that lay in store. They were fighting for old Ireland to claim their very own, and the foremost of that gallant band was Johnston from Garryowen. But the sergeant spoiled that daring plan. He spied them through
Come all you young rebels and list while I sing. For the love of one's country's a terrible thing. It banishes fear with the speed of a flame, and makes us all part of the Patriot game. My name is O'Hanlon, and I've just gone 16. My home is in Monaghan, where I was wean. I'd read all my life, cruel England to blame, and that's why I'm part of the Patriot game. It's barely 2 years since I wandered away with the local battalion of the bold IRA, and I gave up my boyhood to drill and to train, and that's why I'm part of the Patriot game. I don't mind one bit if I shoot down police. They are lackeys of war, never guardians of peace, and still Devil is greatly to blame for selling his part in the Patriot game. They told me how Connolly was shot in his chair, his wounds from the battle all bleeding and bare, his fine body twisted, all tattered and lame. That soon made me part of the Patriot game. This island of ours has for long been half free. 6 counties are under John Bull's tyranny. Our heroes, they died then in prison and shame, and that made me part of the Patriot game. And now as I lie here, my body all old, I think of those traitors who bargained and sold. I'm sorry my rifle had not done the same to those quislings who sold out the Patriot game.
My spurs are rusted, my coat is rent, my plume is dank with rain, and the thistledown and the barley beard are thick on my horse's mane. But my rifle's as bright as my sweetheart's eye, my arm is strong and free. Oh, what care have I for your king and lord? I'm an outlawed Raparee. Lift your glasses, friend, with mine, and give high up in the crystal air. My bed is the limestone iron drip, and the brownies smelling fair. Let George or William only send his troops to burn or shoot. We'll meet them upon the equal ground, and we'll fight them foe to foe. Lift your glasses, friend, with mine, and give your hand to me. I'm England's foe, I'm Ireland's friend, I'm an outlaw Raparee. I'm an outlaw Raparee. Hunted from out our father's home, pursued with steel and shot, and swift the wherefore we must waste, for the gibbet it be our lot. Hurrah, the war is welcome work, the hunted outlaw knows. He steps unto his country's love, or the corpses of his foes. Lift your glasses, friend, with mine, and give your hand to me. I'm England's foe, I'm Ireland's friend, I'm an outlaw Raparee. I'm an outlaw Raparee.
Gather round me, bonny boys, a story I will tell about the Battle of Bogside. I'm sure you know it well. 'Twas on the 12th of August in the summer of the year, when proudly I enlisted in the Bogside Volunteers. When proudly I enlisted in the Bogside Volunteers. I was standing at the corner with McGinley and O'Toole, for I haven't had a job, you know, since ever I left school. For jobs are scarce in Derry town for many a long dull year, so I was right material for the Bogside Volunteers. So I was right material for the Bogside Volunteers. Well, Paddy Murphy came to us excited, I can tell. Says he, the police have broken through, they're going to give us hell. But the boys are building barricades, and I'll tell you what I hear. They're looking for recruits today in the Bogside Volunteers. They're looking for recruits today in the Bogside Volunteers. When we got to the firing line, the fire was thick and fast, and there we found the volunteers determined to the last. There were none of them ran for shelter, there was none of them grins for fear. For here were the boys who feared no noise, the Bogside Volunteers. For here were the boys who feared no noise, the Bogside Volunteers. The police were firing tear gas shells, they scattered all around. They said they had sufficient men to beat us to the ground. But we replied with petrol bombs and filled their hearts with fear. For they met their match in the Derry men and the Bogside Volunteers. They met their match in the Derry men and the Bogside Volunteers. We drove the police before us then like chaff before the wind. The air was thick with stones and bricks and it made an awful din. And every time the police withdrew, the boys sent up a cheer for civil rights and freedom and the Bogside Volunteers. For civil rights and freedom and the Bogside Volunteers. Well, now me story's ended and me pen I will lay down, but don't forget the 3 days fight in dear old Derry town. I'm talking of your Lancers and your Irish Fusiliers. Just spare a thought for those other lads, the Bogside Volunteers. Just spare a thought for the other lads, the Bogside Volunteers.
very funny place, sir. It's a strange and a troubled land. And the Irish are a bloody funny race, sir. Every girl's incoming a man. Every doggy has a tri-coloured ribbon tied firmly to its tail. And it wouldn't be surprising if there'd be another rising, says the man from the Daily Mail. Every bird upon my word is singing treble. I'm a rebel. Every hen and jay, they're laying hand grenades over there, sir. I declare, sir. And every cock in the farmyard stock crows a triumph for the Gael. Well, if you tried to show them, they would shoot you as a yeoman, says the man from the Daily Mail. Well, the other day I travelled down to Clare, sir, and I spied at an old boreen. Such a squad of right and busy ganders there, sir, dressed in orange, white and green. They marched to the German Gustav as the whistle grind you wail. Oh, I'm shaking in my shoes as I'm sending out the news, says the man from the Daily Mail. Oh, the place it is seething with sedition. It's Sinn Féin through and through. All the peelers there joining local units, and the password Sinn Féin too. Every doggy has a tri-coloured ribbon tied firmly to its tail. And to cause you some more sorrow, sure they'll change within the morrow, says the man from the Daily Mail. Every bird upon my word is singing treble. I'm a rebel. Every hen and jay, they're laying hand grenades over there, sir. I declare, sir. And every cock in the farmyard stock crows a triumph for the Gael. Well, if you ever tried to show them, they would shoot you as a yeoman, says the man from the Daily Mail.
There's a uniform that's hanging in what's known as Father's Room. A uniform so simple in its style. Well, it has no costly feathers or no hat with feathered plume. Me mother has preserved it all the while. One day she made me put it on a windshield blind for years, in memory of your father, Sean, she said. And as she bore the sand-brown on, she was smiling through her tears as she placed the broad black brimmer on me head. It's just a broad black brimmer, its ribbons frayed and torn by the careless fist from many's a mountain breeze. An old trench coat that's so battle-stained and worn, and breeches that are threadbare at the knee. A sam-brown belt, it's buckled big and strong, and a holster that's been empty many's a day, but not for long. And when men claim Ireland's freedom, the one to choose to lead them will wear the broad black brimmer of the IRA. This uniform was worn by me father years ago, when he reached me mother's homestead on the run. And the same on Monday morning in the little church below, when Father Mick, he blessed them just as one. Then after truce and treaty at the parting of the ways, he word as he marched on with the rest. And as they bore his body down the rugged heather glade, they placed a broad black brimmer on his chest. It's just a broad black brimmer, its ribbons frayed and torn by the careless west from many's a mountain breeze. An old trench coat that's so battle-stained and worn, and breeches that are threadbare at the knee. A sam-brown belt that's buckled big and strong, and a holster that's been empty many's a day, but not for long. And when men claim Ireland's freedom, the one they'll choose to lead them will wear the broad black brimmer of the IRA.
by Bragh corner one morning I did stray. I met another rebel lad who this to me did say, I bear orders from the captain to assemble at Drumbar, but how are we to get there without a motor car? Oh Barney dear, be of good cheer, I'll tell you what we'll do. The loyalists have plenty, although we have but few. I'll wire to Shan-nos before we march so far, and we'll give the boys a jolly good ride in Johnston's motor car. Johnston got the wire, he soon pulled on his shoes. He says this case is urgent, there is no time to lose. He wore a fancy castor hat and on his breast a star. You could hear the din going through Glenfin of Johnston's motor car. When he reached the railing bridge he met some rebels there. He knew the game was up with him as at him they did stare. He says, I've got a permit to travel here so far. You can keep your English permit, we want your motor car. What will my loyal comrade say when I get to Dumbo? To say my car was commandeered by rebels from Dunlow. We'll give you a receipt for her signed by Captain Barr, and when Ireland's freer then we'll see to Johnston's motor car. They put the car in motion, they filled her to the brim, with guns and bayonets shining while Johnston he did grin. When Barney waved his Sinn Féin flag it shot up like a star, and they gave 3 cheers for liberty and Johnston's motor car. When the loyal crew they heard the news it grieved their hearts full sore. They swore they'd have reprisals before they would give o'er. In vain they searched through Glenties, the Rosses and Kilcar, while the IRA their flags displayed on Johnston's motor car.
When you honour in song and in story the memory of Emmet and Tone, and all the brave heroes whose glory in history's pages is shown, forget not the boys of your own day who scorned opposition and sneers, and struck for the glory of Ireland, our true-hearted brave volunteers. Though scorned at by craven and traitor, they rose at the word of command. The fate that was in them was greater than foe minds can e'er understand. And meeting the might of an empire whose names they had cause to revile, those brave boys who fought for old Ireland faced death with a prayer and a smile. Then here's to the brave volunteers, boys who cast aside doubting and fears, and struck for the freedom of Ireland, our true-hearted brave volunteers. Though the fight for a wee while is over, the true hearts that led them are gone. The fate that inspired them is greater, the cause of their land will go on. And if in the days that are coming we're tempted to pause or forget, the memory of Pearse and his comrades will help us to victory yet. Then on with the fight, men of Ireland, let the memory of those who have died inspire us to fight on for freedom, though our efforts be crushed and decried. Our cause will go forward to victory, and high o'er the land will be seen the flag of the Irish Republic, the orange, the white and the green. Then here's to the brave volunteers, boys who cast aside doubting and fears, and fought for the honour of Ireland. Hurrah for the brave volunteers.
man's a Provo with a berry and a gun. I haven't seen him lately, he's always on the run. He looks so really trendy with his shades and the boots, backward than those other dads in ties and shirts and suits. The Brits and police all ask me each time that I go out. They ask me if I've seen me dad and if he's been about. I say mind your own business, just leave me alone. You sure are only jealous you've no fathers of your own. Well, my old man's a Provo with a berry and a gun. I haven't seen him lately, he's always on the run. He looks so really trendy with his shades and DM boots, backward than those other dads in ties and shirts and suits. On RTV last Friday night, a cop came on to say, please give us information about the IRA. He showed a Provo unit on security TV. I know one was me daddy cause he stopped and waved at me. Well, my old man's a Provo with a berry and a gun. I haven't seen him lately, he's always on the run. He looks so really trendy with his shades and DM boots, backward than those other dads in ties and shirts and suits. Dad has got me worried, I think he's going soft. There's half a ton of fertilizer stored up in our loft. Are you gonna be a farmer, Dad? I asked him just for fun. He said don't be an Egypt past the coffee grinder, son. Well, my old man's a Provo with a berry and a gun. I haven't seen him lately, he's always on the run. He looks so really trendy with his shades and DM boots, backward than those other dads in ties and shirts and suits. At Christmas time it's lonely when Daddy's not at home. The police are watching everywhere, they've even tapped the phone. Last Christmas Eve they sticked at all our windows and our doors. When climbing down the chimney came a Provo Santa Claus. Well, my old man's a Provo with a berry and a gun. I haven't seen him lately, he's always on the run. He looks so really trendy with his shades and DM boots, backward than those other dads in ties and shirts and suits. Me doggy's up in Moncash, but me it's just not right. I say a special prayer for him when I go to bed tonight. The day it was his birthday, I sent him in a cake. With Semtex in the candles, he'll be out before I wake. Well, my old man's a Provo with a berry and a gun. I haven't seen him lately, he's always on the run. He looks so really trendy with his shades and DM boots, backward than those other dads in ties and shirts and suits. Well, my old man's a Provo with a berry and a gun. I haven't seen him lately, he's always on the run. He looks so really trendy with his shades and DM boots, backward than those other dads in ties and shirts and suits. Backward than those other dads in ties and shirts and suits.
Of marching men, God light the way to Erin, God give him strength and daring to strike a blow for Erin, the Irish volunteers. 100 years of waiting, of sorrow and of pain, and now the heart of Erin beats high with hope again. God light the way to Erin, God give him strength and daring to strike a blow for Erin, the Irish volunteers. Lift up the flag of freedom and be your marching song. The music of the rifle 'tis clear and sweet and strong. God light the way to Erin, God give him strength and daring to strike a blow for Erin, the Irish volunteers. Close ranks too long they're broken, wipe out the wasted years. March on, return for freedom, the Irish volunteers. God light the way to Erin, God give him strength and daring to strike a blow for Erin, the Irish volunteers.
When boyhood's fire was in my blood, I read of ancient free men. For Greece and Rome we bravely stood, 300 men and 3 men. And then I prayed I yet might see her feathers rent in twain, and Ireland long a province be, a nation once again, a nation once again, a nation once again, and Ireland long a province be, a nation once again. And as I grew from boy to man, I bent me to that bidding, my spirit of each selfish plan or cruel passion ridding. For freedom comes from God's right hand, and needs a goodly wave, and righteous men shall make our land a nation one.